story.
The real story.
Do you know the real story, Rakan?
Well, this is why I'm here.
Is that what you guys want to hear? My real story?
Well, maybe the first question should be the real story, and then I have a couple questions ready for you. So if we can kick it off from there.
Well, first of all, this is crazy because you guys got people all over the planet right here. There's people everywhere. Some of you are probably midnight. Some of you are probably daytime. But it's amazing how a little bit of technology and hundreds or thousands can come together. You know what I'm saying? But listen, anything that you know about me, unless it's bullshit, is real, especially if you heard it from me. Why? Well, because I believe that you should keep shit real, right? Even if it's not necessarily that, attractive. So when I was like 6 years old, I used to lie to all the neighborhood kids, tell them my dad owned Disneyland, acted like we were rich when we weren't, because I felt pretty much ashamed because we had the littlest house. We were the poorest family in this neighborhood, and it was a crazy neighborhood. There were nice houses everywhere, but ours was a little shithole. So I always thought people looked at us like, ooh, gross, there's the Lees. And so I just figured I'd bullshit everybody and make them think I was richer than them too. And so I started bullshitting everybody, even if the truth sounded better. And then, obviously it backfired. They pretty much figured out I was full of it. And then ultimately, man, nobody liked me in the whole freaking town. No kid my age would even parents wouldn't let them play with me. You know what I'm saying? It just totally backfired. Now I'm some freaking, traumatized kid nobody likes, called a liar, made fun of, didn't get picked, things of that nature. I know it's hard to believe, isn't it? So anyway, that's when, I realized, you got to keep shit real, period. If someone doesn't like it, who gives a rat's dick? And by the way, I'm going to try not to drop F-bombs because, things are going on in the world that, I don't want to add to. I'm just joking. I'll drop one if I feel like it. See, that's the thing. Like, everybody's too worried about what everybody thinks. But anyway, the real story, when you say that, Rakan, number one, I want to make sure you guys all understand one thing. Okay. The biggest thing that's going to stop you guys, I'm telling you right now, is you. So if you just understand that and really believe it, life is going to be a lot better no matter what you decide to do. Okay. You're never going to outperform your own self-image. You understand that? Like, you're never going to outperform your own self-image. People need to understand that. There's no question in that. Like, that is a fact. And just, you must believe it. Right. And once you believe that, and you realize you're the one that's stopping you from everything, you're the one that's doubting yourself, you're the ones that's limiting yourself, then just ask yourself why and fix that shit, and you'll skyrocket to the moon. But Rakan, again, I mean, when you say real story, what does that mean?
The real story, as in, I'm guessing whenever you started in the entrepreneurship journey, it wasn't as easy. I'm guessing it wasn't glamorous. I'm guessing you had to do some phone calls. I'm guessing you had to take a couple no's. I'm guessing you had to take a couple L's. I'm guessing there's some goals you didn't achieve. I'm just guessing a lot, but I don't know. So I want to hear the real story.
Well, I got to think back, folks, because let me tell you something. Number one, it's been a minute. Number two, I try not to live in the past. I don't think about the past. I think about right this second, because what you do right now determines what's going to happen in the future. You believe in fate? That's total bullshit, folks. Matter of fact, I just got a F8 Ferrari and I wanted to get a license plate that said fuck fate. Why? Because, dude, fuck fate, dude. I was supposed to be in jail. I was supposed to be broke. I was supposed to be blue collar. I was supposed to be satisfied with some lumber job like everybody else in my town. It's stupid. So at the end of the day, man, what you do now matters. What you did in the past doesn't. And, you can learn from it, but like, I don't live back there. So I got to take a moment and think, damn, what was it like? But, from the very second I realized, number one, sales and influence and persuasion is a skill set everybody must learn. Why? Well, number one, you're already in sales, folks, whether you think you are or not. And there's a lot of people that refuse to acknowledge that they're in sales, or they get this rash almost when you talk about, I'm in sales. Everybody's in sales, folks. You closed your girl on being with you. You closed your dude on being with you. You closed your parents on letting you go to the dance or whatever the hell you did. You've been closing your whole life. You've been selling your whole life. There's no difference. Now you're definitely in sales. Okay. And the difference between someone good and someone bad is the bad one doesn't know they're doing it. Once you realize that you're doing it, well, then you better get good at it, right? Like if you knew you were going to have to go in the octagon and fight somebody, would you want to train? Would you want to figure out how to get out of those, holds? You want to be able to protect yourself? You better go train. Same thing in sales. But anyway, so the real story, I guess, based on what you're talking about is at 17 years old, man, I got this job and everybody told me to go get a real job. It was fighting forest fires, or at least I thought. I showed up and it wasn't fighting forest fires at all, dude. They had me carrying around this big bag of water called a piss bag and squirt on stumps that were smoldering because the fire had already come through. The real firefighters were out in the front actually fighting the fire, being, heroic and shit. And here's my dumbass way in the back with a bag of water called a piss bag, squirting on stumps, not so heroic. And when I got the job, I ran around the whole town telling everybody, dude, I'm going to be freaking fighting forest fires, right? I was Mr. Cool. I pictured myself with a flannel shirt on, freaking soot on my face, blowing in the wind, axe over my shoulder, and a freaking wolf by my side, saving eagle eggs and shit. That ain't even close to what was happening, dude. I show up there, dude. They got me freaking walking up and down mountainsides, getting stuck in the eye with a stick, breathing in smoke, breathing in ash. It was total bullshit. And my whole family's like, dude, you got the greatest job. Everybody wants that job. People would kill for that job. And I'm thinking, okay, quit being a puss, Brad. Listen, these people know. So don't be a puss. Don't be a puss. So I show up a couple days later and there's freaking a little spot of poison oak on my arm. And if you don't know what poison oak is, it's just a little patch of itchy and it spreads too. So it can like spread on your body and it itches. So, and it, oozes pus and shit. It's not cool. It's not that bad either, but it's nasty. If you've had it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't had it, trust me, you don't want it. Incidentally, there were some people up there that didn't have toilet paper. They wiped with poison oak leaves. Think about that. But anyway, back to the real story. So I show up, I'm like, dude, look, I'm not gonna be able to come in for a couple of days, man. I got poison oak here. And so the dude opens his shirt and his whole body's covered in it. He goes, bro, that's part of the job, man. Like, get out there and work. He says he has a line of people behind me to take my job if I don't want it. And I said, fucking keep it, dude. Are you out of your damn mind? Are you nuts? This is what I'm supposed to do. This is a good job. Shit, I'd hate to see a bad one. You know what I'm saying? So I literally quit, opened the newspaper the next day, saw an ad in the paper for selling cars, went in there, got the job, made more than anybody fighting forest fires and anybody in my family just selling cars. So I discovered sales. I got to wear a suit and tie, cologne. I didn't have to pick up a shovel. I didn't get blisters. My back didn't hurt. I got to be cool. So as soon as I learned about sales, I was never broke again the day in my life. You know what I'm saying? Now you can say broke, but you're never broke when you have the ability to create. You see what I'm saying? You're never broke if you have the ability to create. Right now you go, I don't have any money in the bank. Yeah, motherfucker, but you got the ability to create it. And take back the MFer part. Rakan said, don't drop no F-bombs, bro. I'm just joking. He didn't. So as soon as I found sales, dude, it was over. And then I started kicking ass in sales. And then ultimately at about 30 years old, I was so good at sales, I could take people out of a Burger King and turn them into a badass. I could grab someone working at a shoe store and turn them into a badass. I could grab a girl that was nice at a makeup counter and freaking, well, she was already in sales if she was in a makeup counter, but I'm talking about like Starbucks and just regular people that weren't good at sales. Oh, I hate sales. Oh, I'm not a salesperson. Oh, I'm not very good at sales. And I turn them into badasses, show them how to make 15, 20 grand a month. Bang, 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 bang. Now, at some point I thought, man, I want to help other people do this. And see, this is where the shift happened, folks. The shift happened when I quit worrying about getting rich for myself and I started to worry about helping other people make money. You know what I'm saying? I was chasing success. I was chasing the millions. All I wanted to do was figure out how to get rich, right? So I could have the big houses and the big cars and all the fancy shit. I love fancy shit. So I'm trying to get rich the whole time. At about 30 years old, I'm not rich. I might be making $500,000, 600,000 a year, but that's not rich, folks. It's comfortable nowadays, but it's not rich. So it was the time I said, man, I'm going to go help people. I brought this dude out from the back of our car dealership. He was a lot porter. They wash cars and grab cars and jump cars. It's the hardest worker there, right? Lowest paid, hardest work. Who's ever been told you got to work hard? Bullshit, folks. I'm telling you right now, it's not true. And when I say hard, I mean, back-breaking bullshit, sweaty ass work. You don't need to do it. It's matter of fact, the people that are doing it are usually the lowest paid. Think about it. Go think about all the hard workers you see out there, dude. They're freaking minimum wage half the time, or they're making a pretty decent hourly wage. But when you times it by 40, it ain't even 2 G's a week. Like they're sitting there holding that stop sign at the construction zone. Slow, stop, slow, stop. They're getting $22 an hour. Everyone's like, oh, that's a great job. Dude, anytime you get told what you're worth, it is not a good job. Remember that. You end up quitting this deal and freaking blame Rakan and the bullshit and oh, this is the reason it didn't work. Whatever. You find yourself doing something else. Just remember, if someone says, hey, Lily, you're worth X. Know what I'm saying? Daniel, this is what you're worth, bro. This is what you're worth. Think in your head. Remember what I'm telling you. Walk out of there quickly and say, fuck you. I'm worth more than that. Because that's the problem with most people. They don't have any self-worth. And that's the problem. You'll never outperform your own self-image. You understand that, don't you, folks? Whatever you're making is what you think you're worth. If you're struggling and you can't seem to make it, it's because you don't think you're worth anymore, which is why you're not making anymore. As soon as you stop the bullshit and start building up the self-love, self-worth, self-value, and stop worrying so much about what other dipshits think. Because guess what, folks? Everybody's a dipshit. If the owner of Crocs, you guys know Crocs? If the owner of Crocs would have asked me, Brad, what do you think? I would have said, dude, ain't nobody going to buy that shit. Nobody's wearing rubber clogs. You fool, you idiot. I would have said, dude, he could have said, buy in for $100. I'd have said, dude, there's no way that's going to work. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. We're all idiots. So why do you value such opinions of all the other idiots in the world? Well, here's why. It's because you don't value your own. See what I'm saying? So you got to value your own opinion. But anyway, go back to the story. So as soon as I decided to shift, I want to help people make money, I went out and started a company, training company. I was teaching people how to sell, close, persuade, and have influence. Now, I used to be able to just bam, 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 produce them. And when I went out and trained people on the road, people would pay me $10,000 for the day. I'd show up, I'd say the same shit, do the same shit. And then I'd go to the next place. And then, I was in a suitcase and living out of a hotel and I'm traveling around. And I realized that I wasn't able to replicate the same results. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here, man? So I decided to kind of write down everything I used to do versus what I'm currently doing and just look at the details and figure out what is different here. And I realized when I was working at a company, I was delivering 4 things that I couldn't deliver out on the road. See, Effective training, pay attention. Effective training requires 4 things. Good content. You got to know the right way to do it in the first place. Repetition. Repetition. You can't do it once. Training isn't something you did, it's something you do. You need repetition. Who wants to go to church to a dude that read the Bible once? Who wants to get your hair cut from someone who cut hair once? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, repetition is the key to mastery. So you need repetition. Okay. You need practice. You might be book smart, but you can't apply it. You need practice. You need to apply what you're learning. Get that practice. And then last but not least, you need accountability. So those 4 things: good content, repetition, practice, and accountability. If those don't exist, it's not training, it's exposure. You're being exposed, and exposure can get you arrested in Las Vegas. Rakan was out here, he got arrested for indecent exposure, but they had to let him go for lack of evidence. But in all reality, exposure is what most companies are delivering. Like this right here, I keep seeing you guys, by the way, market this thing all over the internet. Damn, you guys got some rock star marketer people. I was going to talk to you guys about, how to leverage social media, but you already got that down. Shit, it looked like, frick, I was Brad Pitt, not Brad Lee. But hey, I can tell you, at the end of the day, social media is where you want to go with it. But where was I? Rakan, where was I?
Talk about the story and the 4 things.
Okay, so I started basically helping other people make a lot of money, realized it didn't work, figured out the 4 things that are required to actually train people. And I knew that out on the road, I couldn't deliver repetition. I was only there one day. They weren't going to pay me $10,000 a day. It wasn't possible. So plus then I'd be working there, right? So I couldn't deliver the results that I was getting at the job. So I figured out I need to figure out a way to deliver the information with repetition, practice, and accountability without me having to be there. Now, what do you think most people would have said if I said, hey, I'm going to figure out a way to make me everywhere at once, training people while I'm home sleeping? Especially back in 99 when I started it, folks, there was no internet. Some of you guys were shitting in your diapers then. Some of you might not even have been born then. And I'm out here building a multi-million-dollar company in a time where nobody is using the internet for hardly anything. They thought it was a fad. Anyway, so I invent this system. I find people to build it. I close the developer guy that I found, one of the only people that could have built it at the time. I closed them on building it for me for no money, and I would pay them immediately after they built it. I had to close somebody on that. So again, sales, closing, and influence is why I got everywhere. That's the number one skill set you want to acquire. You want to reach out and find sales training. Okay. Now, once I had the system, I put my content in there and I went out on the road and started selling it. And guess what? It started working. People started getting those results again. But then I ran into a wall when I started hearing, we like Tony Robbins. We like Zig Ziglar. We like Tom Hopkins. We like all these other people. And I'm like, well, I'm better. And they're like, no. We love them. And I'm like, okay, so what first rule of sales is try to sell them what they want, right? Don't sell them what they don't want. That's the hard part. Sell them what they do want. So I'm thinking, okay, if you guys want Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, all these people, I just got to go get their content. So I basically switched and pivoted, made an adjustment, and I started selling the people that teach you how to sell. I started closing the people who teach you to close on using my software. I took my name off it, put their content in there, and then boom, the whole world blew up. Again, I accidentally figured out how to help others. I was helping them, man. They didn't have a way to scale. They were out on the road doing it the hard way. I already developed a technology no one had. I could train more people better, faster, stronger while they were home with their families. Right? This was before internet too, folks, or not internet, social media. So anyway, long story short, 1999 up to about, 2006, 2007. Dude, I was parking my car 4 blocks away so the repo dude couldn't find it. I got behind on child support a couple months, and my wife at the time, trust me, you did not want to miss child support. But you know, when you only got so much money, man, you got to decide, what are you going to pay? And people would be like, oh, Brad, you got to pay child support. See what I mean? Fuck you. You don't know the situation. She made more money than I did. She didn't need my money. She was just a bitch. So guess what? A lot of people would be like, dude, that's terrible. You're a terrible person. But guess what? I already learned, dude. I don't give a flying dick what you think of me. You don't know me, but guess who knows me? I know me. I'm out there trying to help people. I want to help more people. I need to figure out how to leverage this money long enough to stay alive to arrive, right? Stay alive to arrive. Because if you don't stay alive, you will never arrive. Okay. And guess what, Daniel? You got $1,000 and $1,500 worth of bills. What do, Chief? Huh? What do? You got more week than you do money. You know, you got 30 days left between paychecks. It's like, what the hell, dude? You got to figure it out, man. So guess what? You start making decisions and choices. And that's where it boils down to, people. Quit letting everybody tell you it's difficult. It boils down to choices. The choices you make determine the road you take. See what I'm saying? Every day you're faced with choices. And these choices are not big ones. They're not life-threatening choices, man. They're small choices. Like, should I ask that girl for her phone number? That's a choice, right? Should I work out today? That's a choice. Should I drink this? That's a choice. Should I eat that? That's a choice. Should I go here? That's a choice. Big deal. You know, eating one donut, Eric, is not a problem. Okay. But repeating that choice every day for 10 years, I guarantee you're going to have a problem. It's just a donut, bro. Who likes donuts? Everybody loves donuts, dude. It's not the one donut that matters. It's the 150 donuts that you just kept making small choices that led up to a big problem. And guess what, folks? It works the other way just as well. You make a bunch of good choices, you're going to have a bunch of good things. It's the bottom line. Quit making it hard, dude. Every day you wake up, I'll give you I'll give you these things. Okay, folks. If you want to be unstoppable, you're going to need 3 things. Number 1, you're going to need the right mindset, because 99% of you are stopping yourself. You're limiting yourself. So you need the right mindset, the right belief system. The second thing you're going to need are the right skill sets. The right skill sets, folks. Think of them as tools. You don't try to build a birdhouse with a butter knife, do you? You need the right skill sets. And then third, you need the right habits. If you just get the right habits and the right skill sets and the right mindset, you're going to be unstoppable. And I'll show you how to get those a little bit later. Now, back to the story. Now I go close the people. They start putting it in businesses everywhere. Next thing you know, dude, I'm making freaking millions of dollars. Shit tons of money. And I'm spending it like it's going out of style. I got all the freaking fancy shit like you wouldn't believe. And then after about 10 years, and I'm rich, right? After about 10 years, I thought, man, if this money stopped, what would I have? And I wouldn't really have anything. And I'm like, dude, I'm rich broke. I'm broke at another level. Like I'm broke just like broke folks, but I just got a lot of shit. I live in a nice house, got nice cars, go nice places, eat nice food, got all the kick-ass watches. But technically, dude, I'm broke. I'm a broke joke. You know how you can tell if you're a broke joke? One way. Say, if I stop doing what I'm doing, is there any money coming in? Because the money coming in without you working, that's what you're worth. That's what you're worth. Think about it. If I stopped working, what would happen? If your answer is, I wouldn't make any money, well, then you're broke. And so I realized I was broke, even though I was rich. And that's when I made a shift. And I said, dude, I got to start freaking looking into this investment thing. See, folks, when you invest your time or you invest your money, you're expecting an ROI, right? When you spend your money and you spend your time, that's not the same. Okay. You could spend your time thinking about a great idea and never take action. Well, then you spent your time. But if you invested some time to think about a great idea and then implemented it and became a billionaire, guess what? You invested the time. There's a difference. And think about this, folks. If God had a currency, what do you think it would be? Time. Think about that. Time. Every hour, every second is God's coin. And if he gave you a coin and told you to invest it, please do not waste it, would he be pissed or would he say, you're doing good? So just remember that. And I'm not a big, holy roller or anything, but, at the end of the day, I believe that we're all very, very grateful to be alive. Every second of every day should be implemented wisely, invested. People always ask, what would you say if you could go back and talk to yourself at 18? Number one, I'd say, shut the fuck up, big mouth. Number two, read, dummy. The books are right there. Okay. Read your ass off so you become more valuable to yourself and others. Okay. And then number three, invest. I would say invest, quit spending. And so if I did that ever since I was little, I'd be a multi-billionaire right now instead of a multi-millionaire. And there's a difference. Now, in my mind, 500 million or a billion, about the same thing. Just remember that. Matter of fact, 100 million and a billion is about the same thing. Like, trust me, you can get pretty much anything you want at 100 million too. But folks, I want to teach you guys, number one, how to develop the right mindset. Okay. Because if you have the right mindset, everything is possible. If you have the wrong mindset, it's not. So if you believe that to be true, how valuable is the right mindset? Guys, it's extremely valuable. And let me give you an idea of where your mindset is right now. Monica, if I said to you, do you believe it's possible to make $10 million a day? What would you say? See, look, she's thinking. If you ask me that, I'd say, well, of course it is. Of course it is. The question is how. The question is how. Folks, you have to believe first. If you want to change what you're getting, you have to change what you're doing. In order to change what you're doing, you have to change what you believe. Because what you believe causes your choices and actions. What you believe causes what you do. You understand that? Everyone stick a thumb up so I can see you. I hate this non-two-way bullshit. I'm thinking, damn, dude, these guys are sleeping. Throw ones in the chat room if you hear what I'm talking about. All right, good. You're alive. All right, so the mindset's very, very important. So I always start with the mindset. Then after you get the mindset fixed, okay, or created in the, just the right perspective is all. Once you have the right perspective in life, everything freaking starts literally brightening. Okay. That's why most people stop themselves, folks. And by the way, don't mistake delusion. Okay. It's delusional for you to think, hey, I'm going to play for the Lakers tomorrow. No, you're not. Okay. But could you play for the Lakers? It's theoretically possible, but not if you're 5'2". Well, then look at Spud Webb. Okay. I don't know if he played for the Lakers. I think it was, who was it? But anyway, bottom line, shit's possible, folks. And if you guys don't think it is, it's because you have the wrong mindset and you have to fix that right now, today. If you guys haven't read these books, go get them. First one, The Four Agreements. Don Miguel Ruiz, go read it. And don't read it once, read it several times. Don Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements. You want to read Psycho Cybernetics. Maxwell Maltz, Psycho-Cybernetics. Go read that multiple times. Okay. As a Man Thinketh. That's James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. And then Carol Dweck, Mindset. Those 4 books, if you don't read them 5 or 10 times after I just told you to, go look in the mirror and tell yourself you're full of shit. Okay. You don't want fucking nothing, dude. Shut up, sit down, and let the players play. Oh, dude, reading hard books are hard to read. Shut up. Come on. Dude, I can't read. Get someone to read it to you. Get the Audible version. Quit making excuses. Those are all excuses. I used to be the one that made excuses. I used to be the one that thought to myself when someone told me there was an excuse, screw you, dude. There's a real reason here. There's a difference between a reason and an excuse. You can't read 4 books 4 times each. I guarantee you read 4 books 4 times each, your whole life will change. Just those books. Now, I don't recommend that you stop at those 4 books. That's where you start. If you're not reading every single day, at least 10, 20 pages, you should start making that a habit. See what I'm saying? Mindset, skill set, habits. Mindset, skill set, habits. If you get the right mindset, the right skill set, and the right habits, dude, you're unstoppable. Ladies, you can have anything you want. But that's assuming you have the right mindset, because if you're thinking like what I'm saying right now is that's not true. You know, I'm too young, I'm too old, I have this problem, I have that problem. Well, that's because you don't have the right mindset. That's what that means. You can identify the right mindset if you already believe it's possible. Okay. If you don't believe it's possible, or you start doubting, or you start thinking anything other than absolutely positively, it's possible. Well, then you've got the wrong mindset. You've got to fix that. Those 4 books should help. And then after that, just Google, books on mindset. Read them all. You don't have to agree with them. Okay. The skill sets that you guys want, if you ask me, are going to be the ability to build relationships, introduce yourself often, make friends quickly, connect with people quickly. Okay. Relationships are the new currency. I'm telling you guys right now, the more hands you shake, the more money you make. End of story. You go, Brad, what's one way I'll make more money next year? Introduce yourself to way more people and you'll make way more money. But you know why people don't introduce themselves to people? Because they're fearing other people's judgment. Once again, see, they're limiting themselves. People are like, I don't want to introduce myself. What if they think I'm lame? Oh, I don't want to introduce myself. Last time I did it, they noticed that I had a wart on my face. Well, my question would be, first of all, who gives a shit? Second of all, get it cut off. I don't know why you'd leave a wart on your face anyway. You know you're being judged, people, correct? You know you're being judged, right? Oh, the Bible says don't judge, so nobody's judging me. Bullshit, folks. You're being judged. You're judging. Don't make it easy for somebody. I knew a dude one time had this big brown mole thing right here. Big old son of a bitch, like obnoxiously big, where you can't help but to see, ooh, shit, dude, is that tumorous? What is that? Is that malignant? Is that cancer? You got a freaking black pineapple growing out of your face. The dude never, listen, it never dawned on him to go get it cut off. I said, bro, if that were me, I'd cut that shit off. He said, what do you mean? I said, dude, I'd go to the doctor and cut it off. Next freaking couple of weeks, dude, he rolled in. Totally different mindset, totally different attitude, felt completely different about life, smiled more, happier, positive. He went into his found a dermatologist and said, can you cut this off? And they said, yeah. And it was literally, a 5-minute appointment at a dermatologist. He spent his whole life with this big old wart on his face. You know why? Because his whole life, his mom and his dad and everybody who cared about him, guess what they told him? You're still beautiful, son. Beauty's not important. What's important's what's inside. Okay, they were protecting his feelings and they cost him. Because what's the truth? The truth is the better looking you are, the more in shape you are, the more opportunities you're going to get. That's a fact, people. Now, again, for some of you guys sitting there, maybe you got some blood and you're like, hey, that's bullshit. Dude, don't be mad at me. I'm not the one that invented the damn rules. I think we should all only look at what's inside. But that ain't how it works. Okay. They're going to look at you first. Okay. So don't make it difficult for them. Okay. Do the best you can. Go listen. We get one of these things, man. You get one body. Why are you not caring for it? Like, care for it to the best of your ability. And if you don't, folks, pay attention. If you don't, it's simply because you don't value yourself. Do you understand? Throw a 1 if it makes sense. You guys throw a thumb up if it makes sense. Does this make sense? Or you guys think I'm full of shit? Because this is what I'm trying to say. It boils down to the same things, man. You're not making money because you don't think you're worth it. People are like, what does that mean? I think I'm worth it. No, you don't, or you'd be making more. That's the bottom line. So instead of arguing the point, think to yourself, well, shit, number one, how much money do I want to make? Okay, so let's say you want to make $10 million a year. You better figure out how to value your ass at $10 million a year. You got to become extremely valuable. See, I know I'm extremely valuable. I'm extremely valuable. I'm valuable to anybody I come in contact with. Why? Because number one, I'm willing to help. Go look at my social media. I drop shit that I probably spend 20 G's a month dropping that shit for nothing. I don't try to sell you a bunch of shit. At the end of the day, I'm trying to make sure that young fools like you coming up don't have to trip and fall and learn the same shit. You know what I'm saying? By the way, if you guys didn't get this book, go get it. Okay, there's lessons I learned the hard way, so you don't have to. Okay, I guarantee you, dude, you read and apply what's in this book, you're gonna live a much better life a lot sooner. And here's what's crazy. If you don't buy the book, you will still learn the freaking rules. It's just going to cost you a shit ton more and a whole lot longer. See what I'm saying? Like, why not go get a book? Oh, he's just trying to sell me his book. Dude, I don't give a shit if you buy the book or not. I get like $2 or something when one gets ordered on Amazon. Unless some of you are going to buy 1 million of them, don't flatter yourselves. This is for you. But I asked Rakan, what are we doing here? It's like trading, Forex trading. And by the way, quit, shut down those bots if you ever see them. Like, damn, dude, that's the only thing I don't understand. Now, I know it's not you guys doing that. You guys are out there basically building a business as an individual 24/7. Some of you probably are working on the side because you need money and this isn't starting to pay yet. Some of you are half in, half out. You're not quite sure. You're listening to some dipshit tell you it's a pyramid scheme. It's not possible. You're being screwed. You're being scammed. Anybody hear that? Thumbs up if anybody's heard that. Tell the truth. Yeah, we all hear that. Okay, that's me telling freaking Crocs it ain't going to work. Guys, all you got to do if you want to do something is look around and see if anyone else is doing it. So if you can look at whatever MLM you're in or whatever network marketing business you're in or whatever future endeavor you're in, you ask yourself, has anyone else accomplished this? And if the answer is no, I suggest you find something else to do. Now, there could be some freaking, dreamers out there and you want to be the first in the world, go ahead. But usually the first one, they're the toughest. The pioneers, they're the ones with the arrows in their back. Okay. The settlers that come in after the pioneers, they're the ones that get the land, right? The pioneers get the arrows. I'm not trying to say don't be a pioneer. By God, go do it. But you want to keep it simple? Think to yourself, has anyone else ever done this? If the answer is yes, then you can. Why? Because if one person can, you can. Period. Nobody's better than you. They might be ahead of you, but they're not better than you. Okay. Now, someone would say, Michael Jordan's better than you at basketball. Am I trying to do fucking basketball? Doesn't make him a better human being than me. You know what I'm saying? He can throw a free throw better than me. Who gives a shit? That's one thing, unless you're trying to be a freaking NBA player. But if you're on this call, I highly doubt you're here to learn basketball. You're here to learn probably, how do I sell more? How do I make more? How do I do more? How do I become more? And I'm telling you, number one, you get the right mindset, then you get the right skill sets, then you form the right habits. And you'll be unstoppable. Don't let anyone complicate it. Don't let anyone talk shit and get you off of it. Okay. If someone's out there doing it, it's possible. End of story. You don't listen to your mom. You don't listen to your brother. You don't listen to your husband. You don't listen to your wife. Why? Because, dude, that's bullshit. That's what you call opinions. And here's my question. You already came this far, Daniel. Why are you doubting your opinion so much? Are you an idiot? Well, if you listen to your freaking past your whole life, maybe someone said you're an idiot. Maybe you call yourself an idiot. Okay, self-talk is the worst. And guess what we're saying to ourselves? We're repeating the shit we agreed with in the past for some reason. We're not worth the love. We're not worth the money. We're not worth the freaking anything. So what do? We subconsciously, because it's below awareness, we subconsciously agree. And whatever choice you make and wherever you go, it's going to lead right back to freaking average. Why? Because that's all you deserve, brother. That's all you deserve, sis. Sorry. That's all you're getting until you change it, until you say, fuck that. That's total bullshit. See, one of my gifts in life, I think, is I always questioned why. Someone would say, this is how it is. And I'd say, why is that? Well, how is that? Why is that? And what is that? Like, I questioned. I was curious. You guys, it's okay to be curious. It's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to believe yourself and believe in yourself. You guys want to learn how to believe in yourselves and grow the confidence? Okay, you got to do these things, because if you don't, it might backfire, and then you'll destroy your self-image even more, and then you'll end up depressed and out on the freaking road talking to yourself. Have you ever seen those people out on the road talking to themselves? Thumbs up if you've seen someone on the road talking to themselves. What happened to those people? They started talking to themselves so much, they started talking to themselves out loud. Okay, you guys don't want that. And by the way, you guys, I'm saying this to make a point. You guys are already far from that. So if any of you are like, dude, he's talking to me, I'm not talking to you. I'm giving you an example so you understand the point. But self-talk is why you stopped yourself. You guys all could triple what you're making this year. Triple. After this call, you could triple what you're making. If you're like, well, he doesn't know. It's not that easy, Brad. Oh, you don't know. You got the wrong mindset, folks. I do know. Okay? I do know. It is possible. You can make 10 times if like right now, if you didn't get on this call and you went through life, if you backed up, heard this call and believed differently after you got off, it is possible that you make 10 times what you're going to make. And by the way, you want a quick, easy way to figure it out? Here's what you do if you want to make more. Do more. Everybody thinks it's rocket science. How do I make more? Do more of what you're doing that's making money. Like, just do more of it. Okay. And then there's limitations, but I can't. I'm out of time. Why does it have to be you? You ever heard of a virtual assistant, folks? You ever heard of hiring somebody and pay them to do what you need to do for less than you get for doing it? Like, let's say I close a deal and I get $1,000. In my mind, I got to prospect, I got to find somebody to close. And then when I close them, I get $1,000. Well, can't I pay someone else a little bit of money to find someone for me to close so I can close more people? Of course I could. But guess what, people? I can't afford a virtual assistant. See, there you go with your limitation bullshit again. Why can't you? See what I'm saying? It's all mental, folks. That's what's scary. We are literally keeping ourselves back. And if you realize that and you get off this call, you're like, dude, you get excited. Why? Because literally you get to decide where you go, folks. But most people don't even know what it is. Think about that, man. I've asked people, what does success look like? And they're like, oh, and they got to think. Like if I said, Kat, hey, what's success look like to you? I'll bet you I start popping people on their mic. What does success look like? You don't even have a clue what it looks like because you haven't spent any time to really define what success is. And folks, everybody wants to know what the key to success is. And I'm here to tell you, there is no key. It's a combination. And everybody has their own. You've got your own combination. You've got to figure out what you think it is. If you base it on what I think it is or what your parents think it is, you end up freaking successful and unhappy. You end up somewhere depressed. You're in a marriage you wish you didn't get in. You're sitting there freaking 10 years from now going, dude, why do I not feel like a champion? Because you spent no time figuring out what would make you feel like a champion. That's how you define success, is you sit down and you figure out what it looks like. If I told you guys to go into a room of 1,000 people and find somebody, your first question to me would be, what do they look like? But you're out hunting for success and you haven't spent any time to figure out exactly what it looks like. Does that make sense? That makes zero sense, folks. So figure out what success looks like. Exactly what it looks like, what it smells like, and more importantly, what it feels like. You want that emotion in there. That's what triggers the vibrations, if you believe in that law of attraction shit. And by the way, I'm here to tell you that law of attraction shit is real. Not Israel, if someone's here from Israel. It's is real. So, man, I'm bouncing all over the place, folks, because I want you guys to understand some shit. I could be on here for 3 hours. We only got, 10 minutes left? How long have I been on here? Damn, it's already been an hour. You guys want me to keep going? Throw a 1 in the chat room. All right, good. Thumbs up. I can only see one screen at a time, so I'll just take this screen as the overall status that everybody believes. All right, good. I'll keep going. The mindset and the value that you put on yourself is ultimately what's going to allow you to raise the level in your life. So let me just teach you real quick. Number 1, dude, you gotta literally forgive yourself and everybody around you. Forgive yourself, folks. Everybody deserves a second chance. Break the agreements mentally in your head because it's subconscious. It's below awareness. You don't know why you think the way you think, but you can change the way you think. Okay. So you have to, number 1, forgive yourself, wipe the slate clean, and forgive others, because resentment is bullshit. There's no value in it. Okay. Just forgive yourself, forgive them, wipe the slate clean, man. You feel like $1,000,000. I forgive me. I forgive everybody for everything that's happened. And more importantly, I forgive me for all the bullshit I've caused and all the self-talk and shit that I've done to myself. Because guess what, folks? You screw yourself more than other people do most times. So forgive yourself. That's step 1. Step 2, you commit right now today that you're going to do what you say you're going to do from this day forward. End of story. You get to decide. You get to decide. Remember when I said it's just a decision? I need to look at your faces real quick. Folks, you get to decide. Antonia, who gets to decide for you? You do. Zeke, who makes your decisions? You do. Guys, if you get to decide and the decision is, should I do what I say I'm going to do or not do what I say I'm going to do? What do you think the right decision is? This one or this one? It's just a decision, folks. Quit making it more difficult than it is. Now, yes, once you make that decision, you start to feel anxiety. Why? Because we want to be comfortable. If you seek comfort your whole life, you will end up uncomfortable. If you seek discomfort, crazy enough, you'll end up very comfortable. It's like a mirror trick. You go after comfort and you end up uncomfortable. You go after uncomfortable and you end up comfortable as hell. And then everyone says, how'd you do it? And you basically, it's called discipline. It's called grit. It's called freaking, you spent the time on calls like this. You spent the time on the phone. You continue to do more, get better, and scale the shit you've been doing. Okay. But it's just a decision. You commit to do what you say you're going to do. Juan Perez, commit, dude. Clemen, commit, bro. Jasmine, just because you look all studious doesn't mean you don't have to commit. So you commit to do what you say you're going to do. Okay. 3, you start racking up the wins. Okay. Rack up the wins, folks. What does that mean? Well, again, you can't erase, but you can replace. So what you want to do every single day is set 5 or 10 small goals that are totally achievable. And every single day you start winning mentally and consciously and purposely and intentionally. You start winning. Now, can I ask you guys a simple question? Is brushing your teeth a win? Well, sure it is. Why can't that be a goal? Why can't that be a thing that you went on? Okay. And believe it or not, you guys are thinking, dude, that's obvious. Okay. Well, how come I've had 1 million people come up to me and freaking want to talk business and their breath smells like they ate a shit sandwich? Like they couldn't even figure out how to brush their teeth that morning, and when I'm thinking, damn, dude, is this for real? So at the end of the day, it's like you start to fake, man. Just because you think it's normal doesn't mean it's normal for everybody else. I brush my teeth at least twice a day, when I get up and at night and sometimes in the middle of the day. But I've always got breath spray. Why? Because I'm not an idiot. People are going to talk to you and you're going to want to have good breath. You don't want to be the bad breath dude. You can only do it twice before you're the bad breath dude. I know somebody, the breath is so bad every time I talk to them, it's unbelievable. In fact, when I'm swiping on social media and I see a story where he's talking, I can smell his breath. But that's just a simple thing. It goes all the way up, man. So every day you just want to rack up 5, 10, 15 wins. Okay, brush your teeth, make your bed, make one more call. It's not that big a deal. Okay, walk one more quarter mile, do one extra thing. It's just, just win. Because when you win a lot, you start to become a winner. You mentally are like, dude, I win all day, every fucking day. I'm a winner. And you start to walk a little bit taller and you start to feel a little bit more deserving. And then you start looking around at your shit and you go, holy shit, I can do way better than this. Matter of fact, I deserve more than this. And you start to get a little bit anxious and angry, which is good, by the way. Get pissed off. You aren't where you want to be. You could have been there 5 years ago. Well, no, because limited mindset. Go fix the fucking mindset again. Quit making excuses. It's the truth, what I'm saying. If this thing's recorded, if I were you guys, I'd go listen to it 10 times. Because it's the truth, what I'm saying. It's not maybe. It's the real shit. Nobody wants to tell you this because they love you or they don't want to hurt your feelings or they don't want to get canceled or some bullshit reason. I'm just telling you the truth. So rack up those wins on a daily basis. And then you start to walk around and you start to feel like you deserve more. You start to get a little bit angry and you start to act differently. Bingo. Now you start to do things differently. Bingo. And that's what really changes shit, right? The actions. So, and by the way, this ain't overnight, dude. This takes 30, 60, 90 days sometimes. But then you change the actions. And once you start changing those actions, step 4 comes in, and step 4 is very important. You guys ready for step 4? Step 4 is, I just call it, get rid of the idiots, which literally means stop anybody talking shit in your vicinity. All negativity is now shut down. And I don't care if it's your mom or who it is. Okay. You don't allow it into your head. If your head is a fertile ground, a garden, right? Which it is. And you plant corn in a garden, what do you think's coming out, folks? Just use common sense. What's coming out if you plant corn, Leone? Corn. What if you plant like freaking tomatoes? What do you think you're going to get, Matilda? You're going to get tomatoes, aren't you? What if you plant wheat? What are you going to get? You're going to get wheat. Well, if you plant shit, guess what you're going to get? Shit. It's not rocket science. Your mind is the ground. You are allowing the seeds to be planted from yourself or others. What you choose to listen to and what you choose to accept are the seeds in the ground. And guess what? It's coming up, folks. And it's coming up whether you want it to or not. So step 4 is you block out the dipshits. You get rid of the idiot naysayers. You get rid of the negativity. You don't allow limitations. You don't allow scarcity. You don't allow it. You got to shut that out, man. All people, shut it out. And again, you don't have to freaking move out and distance yourself from them. Like, I'm never talking to you again, Mom. You just shut them out of your ears. Like, you don't buy their shit. I knew this dude one time. He literally became a massive bodybuilder. Used to tell his mom he's going to get in shape. You know what his mom said? Oh, that's a family curse. We've been fat our whole lives. And for years, dude, he just was a fat dude. And then one day he did what I'm talking about. Oh, lost all his fat, dude. Walks around about freaking 8-9% body fat. So trust me when I tell you, you got to get rid of the freaking nonsense. You got to figure out how to stop the shit from being planted so no more shit comes through the ground. You plant positive, you get positive. You plant possibility, you get possibility. Okay, that's so important. Step 4, get rid of the idiots. Then step 5. Okay, this is after all the idiots are gone. Step 5, guess what you have to do at step 5? I'm going to let you guys think for a moment. Now, again, just use common sense. You got forgive yourself, commit to do what you say you're going to do from this day forward. Rack up the wins. Get rid of the idiots. Anybody know number 5? Anybody got my book, by the way? Nobody? You guys say you follow it and you don't? You don't? No, do more. Someone says do more. You can always do more, folks. When I say do more, get better, scale, ultimately, when you do more, okay, like let's say, for example, you make 100 calls and you want to double your income, make another 100 calls. So now make 200 calls. Not only do you likely double your income, you actually make even more than you thought. Do you know why? Because of momentum. Momentum is the biggest thing. Okay. The momentum is what causes, it to be easier and easier and easier. So when I say, if you want to double what you're making, do more, get better, and scale. Do more, get better, scale. Do more than you're doing. Once you reach the max, okay, get better at what you're doing. Okay. Once you reach the max, you're doing as much as you can do and you're as good as you can be, right? The third one is scale, which means hire other people, focus on technology and people to grow and scale. And you can start all that all over and make sure all they do, dude, and you guys will be unstoppable. Okay. But listen, once you've worried about getting all the negativity out of your head, where are you going in life? You have to map out and visualize. That's step 5. Map out and visualize where you're going in life and be specific. Okay. Sabrina's going out, apparently. She forgot her camera was on. Beautiful lashes, Sabrina. But anyway, listen, folks, you have to map out and visualize. That's step 5. Figure out exactly where you're going. This is why. If you don't know where you're going, dude, how do you know if you're moving towards it or away from it? You guys break it down to common sense. Quit acting like it's hard. Quit believing that it's hard. It's not hard. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. Okay. Who's heard life is hard? Thumbs up if you've heard life is hard. Guys, life is not hard. We make it hard. We believe it to be hard, and that's why it's hard. It's not hard. In fact, it's pretty hard to kill you. I could punch you in your face 13 times and smack you in the head and literally kick your ass almost to death, and you won't die. Living is pretty easy. Okay, we make it difficult ourselves. So every day when you're literally waking up in the morning, and you know exactly where you're going because you figured it out, it boils down to the choices that you're making every day. Does this move me towards or away? Does this move me towards or away? Let's say you want to do something. Okay. Next day, your buddy calls and says, hey, dude, let's go fishing. All you got to ask yourself, Does it move me towards or away? Towards or away from what? Whatever it is you think success looks like, or whatever your goals are. And literally every day you just start making good decisions because you mapped out and visualized what it is exactly, specifically. Map out and visualize. Step 5. Step 6, you need to seek new information on a daily basis. Why? Because you want new information so you can have new beliefs. Everybody wants to get stuck in their belief system, and that is how you stunt your growth, folks. You need new information to form new beliefs. How does it work? Well, whatever you agreed to or believe currently is because you've got some information somehow. You know, you believe your girlfriend's the sweetest thing until you found out she was blowing the neighbor. Okay. Now you got some new information, didn't you? Okay. Now all of a sudden you change your belief, don't you? Paul's laughing. He knows what I'm talking about. Okay. You get some new information, don't you? So guess what? It works both ways, man. If you want new beliefs in the positive way, get some new information, man. And it's all over the internet, man. Pick up a book. It's like, well, on what? On whatever you're interested in. Well, I don't know what I'm interested in. That's what I'm talking about. Go figure it out. And then that's map out and visualize. And then you seek new information on an everyday basis. Again, subscribe or go to my YouTube channel or go to bradlee.tv. Watch my little videos, my little vignettes. That's new information. It'll lead you to other information. Subscribe to my podcast, Dropping Bombs. I got guests on there all the time. Get you new information. Andy Frisella has a good podcast. You know, there's a million podcasts out there that are just knowledge. So seek new knowledge on a daily basis. Those are the 6 things you need to do. And I promise you guys, folks, I know some of you are thinking, especially more introverted people, you know, they're thinking, oh, this guy, you know, he was a little loud and obnoxious and blah, 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 blah. Dude, if there's something you don't like about me, believe it or not, this is the truth. It's really what you don't like about yourself. If you think, oh, he thinks he's so fucking cool, you don't think you're fucking cool enough. And that's what bothers you about me. Because I do, and you don't like that. Why? Because you don't. That's why when you hate on success, when you see people, you know, you're just telling the universe you don't want it. Okay, folks, trust me. Celebrate people. You know, go out and build your self-worth, or you're never going to freaking end up anywhere. I promise you that. And how you build your self-worth is you go through those 6 steps over and over and over. And then every single day, you realize what I told you. Mindset, skill set, habits. Okay? Mindset, skill set, habits. No one can steal anything from you after that. Get your mindset right, folks. I hope I started you on the right path to mindset. I hope I opened your eyes a little bit to possibilities. Okay, skill sets. Guys, don't make it rocket science, man. You need the skill to close, sell, persuade, influence, right? You need the skill of marketing. Okay, go learn digital marketing. Go learn how to drive 1 million people to a website. I guarantee you guys right now, if you guys were master marketers, you'd blow away everybody else in this whole entire group. Why? Well, because you could drive 1 million people to an offer on a page. If you had 1 million people coming to you saying, so what's this about? How much money would you guys make? A shit ton. Problem is you're not a marketing expert. Why? Well, you know, I can't do it. Well, you know, I'm too old. I don't understand the internet. Those are limitations. Now go back to what? Mindset. Go fix the mindset. That's why you start there, folks. Okay, it is possible. If anyone can do it, you can do it. You don't need to be Russell fucking Brunson. Okay? You don't need to be young. You don't need to be freaking Chinese. Okay? You don't need to be anything. You need to be freaking willing. See what I'm saying? And then form the right habits. You form the right damn habits and nobody can stop you. Nobody and nothing can stop you with the right habits. Mindset, skill set, habits. So I'm going to leave you guys with this, okay? The habits. I'm going to give you one daily habit that you can do, this little routine right here. You do this, woo, forget about it. Do I got timer, Con, or no?
All the time, bro. All the time.
All right, good. All right, folks, you gotta, everybody pay attention to this one for real. Even Fernanda's on the phone. She's closing deals, dude. She got no freaking interest in what we're talking about. See, she's bored with the phone call. Look at her. Oh, yeah, this fucking clown's on here flapping. I've heard it all before. But anyway, listen to this morning routine. You guys ready? Thumbs up if you're ready. Let's wait. Jasmine's not ready. Let's wait for Jasmine. Thumbs up if you're ready. See, Jasmine's not ready. She's like, I ain't doing it. Thumbs up, Jasmine. Give me a thumbs up. Where'd you go? Jasmine, that's you. There you go. Thank you. See? Easy. Folks, this is the cherry on top. Every morning you wake up, you got to have gratitude. The trick to having the right amount of gratitude is to realize that waking up is worth more than $1 million cash. And the way you can agree with that simply is just ask yourself a question. Would you accept $1 million not to wake up in the morning? No. Okay, so waking up in the morning is worth more than $1 million cash to you? Obviously. And you get it every single morning, and yet you're still pissed off and mad at the world and scared about rent and all this other bullshit when you just simply got something worth more than $1 million. Now, put that into perspective, folks. If I handed everybody on this call $1 million cash, no strings attached, you guys would all be excited. You'd be enthusiastic. No one could rain on your parade for at least a week, maybe even a year. Who knows? You guys would be like pumped up. Someone says, hey, you got a flat tire. You're like, dude, I don't care. Like, I'll get another tire. Like, nothing bothers you for $1 million. For a measly $1 million, you'll be exuberant. You'll be enthusiastic. You'll be grateful. You'll be happy. But yet the gift of waking up doesn't do that for you. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Guys, it's because you're not acknowledging that waking up, simply waking up, is worth more than $1 million cash. So start from now on, every morning when you wake up, be grateful that you get another day. Simply grateful that you get another day. Don't worry about whether there's freaking pink unicorns and sprinkles and freaking all the fluffy shit and your boyfriend bought you the ring you wanted and blah, blah. Dude, it don't have to be a good day to be a good day. You know what I'm saying? It's a good day the second your eyes open. The question is how good will it get? And that's up to you. That's just a decision. You can be all butthurt and freaking, worried about the day and I got to pay my rent and you don't understand, Brad. I'm not from there. It's easy for you to say, shut up. Those are excuses. Okay. It's not true, man. I hate to say it, but go fix your mindset. It's not true. You're stopping you. Don't do it anymore. Wake up with gratitude. It'll shift your perspective to where now everything's an opportunity. You don't have to pay your rent. You get to pay your rent. You don't have to fix your car. You get to fix your car. You get to pick up your kids. You get to do what you get to do. And you're enthusiastic about it. And I'm telling you, attitude is altitude. So that's every morning. Wake up with the gratitude that you just got handed something more valuable than $1 million and try to replicate that feeling. And you'll bound out of bed, dude. It's crazy. Then number 2, because relationships are the new currency. Okay. Relationships are the new currency. The most important relationship you can make is the one you have with yourself. So go introduce yourself to yourself first. Start to like yourself more before you go worry about building other relationships. So as part of becoming, more kind to you is the number 2 routine habit you need to form. Wake up and do 30 minutes of some form of freaking exercise or focus on your health. Get your blood pumping, folks. I don't care if you got 6 packs right now. Okay. Wake up every morning, get in the habit of raising your heart rate. You'll have longer life. It'll release endorphins. It'll make your skin better. It's good for you. Do you understand that? If you're not doing it every day, why? Do you not like yourself? Do you not feel like you're worth health, better health anyway? So make a habit of working out every day. Okay. So you woke up with unbelievable enthusiasm and positivity. You go spend 30 minutes raising your heart rate and eating right one time. Then you realize that relationships are valuable. So you send 5 to 10 messages throughout the day of people you want to build a relationship with. Okay. Don't be those people. Don't be those people, folks, that only call when you need something. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Like, you don't be one of those people, man. Reach out to somebody every day. If you want to build a relationship with somebody, send them a text, send them a video, send them an email, send them some flowers, send them a card. Build those relationships, folks, on a daily basis. Every day you should be doing it. Relationships is the new currency, folks. I'm telling you, the more hands you shake, the more money you make. If you're embarrassed to introduce yourself to people because you're worried about what they think, it's because you don't value yourself and your opinion. You can fix that with what I just talked about. The third thing you want to do is realize that money is important, folks. Money is very important. Stop believing the bullshit that it isn't. Okay, the people that tell you that it's not important are usually the ones that don't have any. Do you understand that? I've never met a rich person that didn't love their money. And when I say love, don't get all biblical. Love of money is the root of all evil. Folks, what I'm trying to tell you is quit listening to the people that are saying money's not important, because it is important. Do you know why it's important? Because you can help more people. You can make bigger impact. You can get better health care. You can get better access. You can hang around bigger, better friends. Bigger, better friends. What does that mean? Whoever surrounds you, bro, I'm telling you, is who you're going to be. You need to elevate your game. You need to start focusing on money. So a daily habit you need to force yourself to do every day is focus on revenue. What are 5 things you can do today to drive revenue? Make sense? And then the last one is seek new information, read a book again. So I call that my $1 million morning. I wake up because it's worth more than $1 million. I put a sign on my wall to remind me, congratulations, you get another day, bitch. And I'd look at it and I'd start thinking about problems. I go, oh yeah, I remember. So I trained myself to be positive the second my eyes open, which now I bound out of bed 4:30, 5 o'clock every single morning with alarm clock or not. Why? Dude, I get another one. And by the way, I'm getting older, dude. It gets even more valuable as the older you get. But keep in mind, folks, some of you guys sitting out there 20 years old thinking you're invincible. Shit, dude. I know 20-year-olds that died yesterday. Don't bullshit yourself, okay? Now, wake up with that enthusiasm and that optimism and that perspective. Focus on your damn health for 30 minutes. What about Sunday? Sunday's an off day. No. Every single day, get up with enthusiasm and optimism. Focus on your health. Focus on a few relationships because you want to build those puppies, and focus on getting new information. New information makes you more knowledgeable, more valuable to worlds and yourself. That is one morning habit that you can form, or those 4 habits you can form. The rest you can figure out on your own. Now, again, I could keep going about 1 million things, but I think even Rakan's going, dude, I think that's enough for now. So let me stop, answer questions.
Bradley, I've never seen the team. Like my Zoom crashed in the beginning, just so you know.
Nice.
From how much that chat. Can we just, since we're talking about gratitude, can we just show Mr. Bradley how grateful we are for him to be on this call and spend 1.5 hours of his time with us?
Not a problem, folks. I appreciate the opportunity. Actually, some of you guys in here are going to take what I said, and that's what makes it all worthwhile. Some of you are going to get off the call and not do a damn thing. And folks, I always tell people I can save you from drowning, but you got to swim towards me. You got to swim this way, kids. Come my way, folks. I ain't swimming after you. Shit. I can drown myself.
And then the second thing, I'm going to drop, is Amazon the easiest way to buy your book?
Yeah.
I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I need everybody to go and get I think this is the link.
Hey guys, and there's an ebook too. It's much cheaper. And I found out that it's like $1 million to ship a book outside the country. I don't know why, but for some reason, dude, like it costs like $100 to ship it to like freaking anywhere. Stupid. So just get the ebook. The important thing is you get the information.
100%. So either the Kindle or the hardcover. For that, if you're clicking on that right now, let me know on job done in the chat. All right. Well, we will see on the back end, I'm guessing.
Hey, Rakan, if you guys want to do me a favor, just go subscribe to bradlee.tv. It's free, and I'm going to start dropping all kinds of content. I'm going to be breaking down different structures and putting it out there. Instagram, I'm dropping shit every day, free knowledge. Dropping Bombs is my podcast. Go subscribe. I bring on all kinds of people, talk about all kinds of stuff like this. This is just some of that value. If you guys want book recommendations, let me know and I'll give them to you right before I jump off. Sorry, Rakan, I'm excited. Why?
No, I'm excited. I'm done taking the link. I dropped the link in the chat, in the chat for the YouTube. And the last thing you said was the books, right? You already dropped like a bunch of books, but I think the main two books right now. Well, the main book right now you should definitely go buy, The Hard Way. And here's the YouTube. And if you do, I don't know, you would be living under a rock if you don't know him on Instagram. I'm gonna drop the link right now. Here is the Instagram link as well. So if you guys have done all that, let me know in the chat. Let me know. I bought it the first time. Awesome. Well, with that being said, now this is the first time, but not the last time Mr. Bradley will be with us. That's for sure. We're gonna have a lot of times. I just want to say on behalf of myself, on behalf of the entire team, we appreciate you being on the call. And I've never laughed on a call like this for so long. There's a lot of things that I'm not able to say. I'm glad you said it on my behalf. It is perfect. It was perfect.
Hey, Rakan, honestly, why are you not allowed to say it?
In the beginning, it was because of the company.
No, that's a limitation, bro.
You know what? I agree. The team,
you guys use that as an example. That's what I'm talking about, folks. You know, I could have a zillion more followers. Guess what? Some people don't like to hear the truth. Some people don't like how I say it. Guess what? It doesn't mean I can't say it. It means I'm choosing not to. Why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm worried about their opinion more than my own. Now, again, in some cases, it's smart. Like Rakan, he's probably smart not to get himself in a lawsuit. So, guys, don't get me wrong. Don't run out there and just start telling everybody you think they're ugly and fat and uncool. And like, you don't need to be mean about it. My point is, ask what you're doing and make sure that it makes sense. And never let anybody tell you that you're not worth it, because you really are worth it. You're an individual. You're the only you on the fucking planet, first of all. Second of all, guys, think about this. You can cut your skin with a razor blade, dude, and that freaking skin heals itself. Isn't that not miraculous shit right there? You can look at something and guesstimate approximately how much it weighs. You're like, your computer's like, you're an amazing individual. There's one of you. Everybody was made different. That's all. You're different than every other person on planet Earth. So guess what? Why not appreciate yourself for just simply being the most unique thing on Earth? Because you're very unique. There's only one of you. And guess what? If someone doesn't like you, fuck them. As long as you like you, that's what matters. Okay? So if you got anything from this call, dude, get off the fucking call. Go look in the mirror and freaking love yourself. It sounds a little bit lame, but let me tell you something. Someone says, Brad, how do I become successful? And I said, dude, I'll tell you what, I'm going to introduce you to the guy. It was a friend of mine. I said, I'm going to introduce you to the guy. Dude, but I'm telling you, dude, you better freaking be cool. You better mind your P's and Q's. Don't say anything stupid. And he was just hoping that I'd introduce him to some freaking person that could make that son of a bitch rich. And I said, okay, go into the bathroom, shut the door, and make sure it's empty, and then look around. And I guarantee you're going to see the motherfucker staring back at you at the mirror. And when you see that individual, don't be a dick. Okay. Don't roll your eyes. Be very nice to that individual, because that's the person that can make you or break you. And it's the truth, man. It's the truth, folks. You're the only one stopping you. Okay. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need anybody's permission. Okay. Sorry, Rakan, I keep butting in.
Man, I can tell one thing. I've hosted and I've spoken. Can we just drop a thank you for Jessie Lee, because she has connected us with Mr. Bradley. Jessie Lee is a very close friend of mine, and I've had so many speakers, and you can tell who just enjoys this shit. So I really want to thank you for this call, because
my pleasure. Hey, look, Fernanda's getting ready. Where you going out, Fernanda? You going out? Yeah, she's going out. She's putting on the eyelashes and getting all curled up. See, she ain't even waiting for this advice to start implementing. That's right. You go, girl. All right, man. Hey, folks, I appreciate you. Hey, Ahmad has his hand up. Does that mean you got a question? Or do you want me to stop?
If you want to take questions, we can go. I'm telling you, you asked me what's the limit. There's no limit. We can go all day.
I'll take a few questions. Sure. Ahmad, what do you got? Just three questions. All I can do.
3 questions. Let's do it. Ahmed, go ahead.
First of all, I would love to thank you so much on this call. Honestly, the team loves it, and I've been following you since my first, when I first got started back in 2018, and you are a big influence on me and to the whole team, of course. Now, Mike, I didn't necessarily have a question, but I can definitely ask you this, because this is definitely an opportunity. My question to you is that sometimes in business, when we go through some type like hardships or some type of roadblocks in a way, and you have an image, you have you have a stance, you have your credibility, you have all of that type of stuff. But sometimes when you're alone, you just have these thoughts. You talked about these thoughts, that self-talk. These self-talk sometimes get to you. But how can you overcome it so fast to the point? Okay, you're rolling again. Well,
okay, here's one way I do it. Okay, you got to understand one thing. Remember, you got to just simplify. Okay, anytime you're going through something hard, that is the universe's way of weeding out the undeserving. You hear what I said? So anytime it's getting tough, that's how it gets rid of the pussies.
Mm-hmm.
So literally when shit starts to get tough, ask yourself, am I worth it? If your answer is no, give up and then go fix your fucking mindset. If your answer is hell yeah, I'm worth it, fucking pound, man. You'll get all enthusiastic and shit. It won't even phase you anymore. Like, dude, I want shit to get tough. Dude, you want to get tough? Go through tough. And be careful what you wish for, man. You pray for strength. God makes it tough on you, and then you cry because it's tough. That's what makes you strong, man. Opposition, challenges, that's what makes you grow. That's what makes you develop. If it was easy, dude, it wouldn't be worth it. If everything was easy, I'm telling you, we would die as human beings. You want challenge. You just don't realize it. And when you get it, you're like, oh, yeah, maybe I should quit. Maybe, dude, make a decision. Do you want the shit or not? And as soon as it gets hard, realize that's their way of weeding out the undeserving. Are you deserving? Yes or no? So that's my way of doing it. When shit gets tough with me, dude, I smile. Okay. I forget when someone says, hey, you're not going to make it. The storm's coming. And I always say, I am the fucking storm.
Like that. Got it.
Yeah, that'll help you guys. Just try. Luan.
Let me.
I'm going to call you Rieger. What's up, Rieger? You're on mute, son.
What's up? Hello, yeah.
There you go. Where are you at right now?
From Germany.
Germany. Nice. You guys make decent cars over there, but I prefer the Italians.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have one question. I'm actually no. When do I have
Hold
to
on.
quit
I have
my
a
job?
question. I have a question for you first.
Ask.
Can ich euch ein Bier kaufen?
Yes, sir. You can.
Good. All right, go ahead.
When do I have to quit my job?
When do you have to?
So, I make the first few $100 and I hate this fucking job, okay? I hate it. It's horrible. When do I have to quit? Do I have to go all in, risk it all and say, okay, fuck it, I live in a couch from a friend, do my business and go on?
Well, again, dude, personally, I gotta just tell you what my position first, because you're the only one with the answer. But my position on something like that is, guys, just like when I was up there doing the job, I hated the job. I'll be hungry. I'll live on my sister's couch first. I ain't doing that shit. Fuck you. If you hate it like that, dude, put that kind of attention towards what you're doing and you'll make it even more. Okay. Just use it as fuel. Quit the damn job. What are you scared of? You didn't have a job when you found that one, right? Like, dude, just remember, dude, there's a million jobs out there, dude. Like, what do you think? This is the last opportunity you're ever going to get, Rieger? Hey, and let me ask you another question, dude. What do you make a year at that job? I'll bet you won't even say more than $100,000, huh?
It's in Germany, it's an apprenticeship. So you learn, you can do a job. You know what I mean?
Well, again, hey, do you want to do what you're learning to do?
No.
Then fucking quit, dude.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Now, you guys, let's use that example as a perfect example. You know how many people are he's struggling with, should I quit not doing what I don't want to do? I can't decide. Should I stop doing what I don't want to do? Well, do you know why he's doing that? Just like everybody else that does that? Because he's worried about what his parents are going to think if he quits. He's worried about what other people think. And that's the problem with all of us. Worry about what you think, Rieger. You say this is bullshit. I don't want to do it. Well, then there's your answer. You risk. Folks, what's so risky about quitting a job that you can go get again if you want one? Folks, there's people that are so afraid of letting go of what they have to reach for what they want. It blows my mind. Why would you be afraid to let go of what you don't want to try and grab what you do want?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you.
I have one more since we said three. Before I unmute her. So yesterday we had Jessica here in Toronto. We had like a small mastermind with the team, and she flew out from New York to Toronto just to be in that mastermind. So
Asia,
yes.
What's up, Asia? You're on mute. And I'll finish all the questions on the top row. We'll stop at Galeb Hawila. Asia, you're on mute.
Asia.
See, she's asking all kinds of questions. You're on mute.
She's on the call? Oh, she's on another call? The same call?
We'll come back to you. Daniel Blancas.
Oh, she had her phone. Okay, she's your mic from another phone. Okay, got it. Okay. So which one? Okay. Well, here, I'll do the other one.
Oh, there she is.
Can you hear us? You have to just unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There you are. What's cracking?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rakan. I appreciate that. And oh my gosh, Brad, this is my first time ever. Like, I didn't know who you were before today. I'm embarrassed, but I will never forget you now. So thank you so much. My question for you is, like, once you've gone through that process of changing your mindset, changing your beliefs, and changing your activity, you set a new goal for yourself, right? But how do you keep that goal like before you? Like, how do you like keep feeding that goal so that you know that you're gonna reach it, basically?
Well, mindset first,
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to reach it if you keep progressing. You're either going to reach it or you're going to die, right?
Right.
And if you die, who cares? You're dead.
Okay.
I mean, you guys, it's just a decision, man. You want to do it or you don't want to do it. And you have to keep asking yourself questions, guys, because every level changes. You're going to change your opinion. You're going to change your tune. Okay. It's just going to happen when you seek new information. You change your belief system. What you believe today you might not believe that in a year. So just always ask yourself on a regular basis, what does success look like? And as long as that remains in the picture, you will get it. Okay. Because every day you're asking yourself, does this move me towards or away? That's the simplest question you can ask yourself. Every day your girlfriend calls you, your boyfriend calls you, your husband, your dad, doesn't matter. Hey, you want to do this? Ask yourself, does it move me towards or away? Now, if you don't know what it is, it's hard to ask yourself that because you don't know the answer. So now you're just out there shooting in the dark. But if you know exactly where you're going, you know if that's moving you towards or away, yes or no. It's a simple answer. Like, yes, it is. It's moving me away, or that might be moving me towards. So every day you're just literally, and you, by the way, you make so many decisions in a day, it's unbelievable. Okay. So just be conscious of the decisions you're making. And then when you ask a decision, ask yourself, does that move me towards or away? And if you go, I'm not really sure. Well, go figure out what it is and you'll get real crystal clear because you know what it is. Just use like, if you're wanting to get this rock hard body, like unbelievable body, well, you're about to go eat a Five Guys and fries. Does that move you towards your goal or away from your goal? Well, it's away. Okay. Well, then there you go. You already know the answer. So just do that on a regular basis. But to answer your question, the goals can change. Don't be afraid to change those things, and as long as the goal is clear and specific, you will reach it. The question is when. Some people say have patience. I don't agree with patience when it comes to building dreams. I say lose your fucking patience. Okay. Increase your activity, increase your intensity, increase your focus. Do not sit there and be like, hey, things take time. So what? You're not cooking grits. Hope that answered your question, Asia.
Awesome. You still want to keep going?
Yeah, we'll do a couple more.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, I see
Scala.
Okay, let me unmute you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a question. Hello. This is really important because I'm trying to figure it out. So I've just quit being a civil engineer and I've moved back to London and I have 2 young children that are not in school. So I'm a full-time mother at home. I can't go out. I don't socialize and I don't know anyone here because I haven't lived here for like over 20 years.
Hey, can I stop you?
Yes.
You said I can't go out.
Yeah, with my 2 young children because they can't speak English. They haven't actually been put into school yet. So
I know, but again, I'm just here to tell you the truth. You can go out. You're choosing not to. So don't use that as an excuse.
Okay. When I do go out, I face a lot of problems with the children. So I don't get to, basically my problem is I've only got the internet. So I need to know one piece of advice in my situation, what's the best thing to do? And I'm only new. So I've been in network marketing for like 2 months.
Well, okay. Now, again, I'm going to answer you the best way I think what you're asking. The best thing you can do is to prepare your area. So again, like if you're in network marketing and you're going to be relying on the internet, get yourself a little station like Rakan's got there, get prepared so you have the right equipment. You know what I'm saying? So we're not looking up your nose. Know what I'm saying? Because when you literally talk on the internet, your background is the same thing as showing up in bad clothes. So when you guys get on this internet thing and you're talking to somebody about an opportunity, you want to establish the fact that number one, you're professional. Number two, like if I look at you right now, like I'm looking right you dead in the eyes, aren't I? Well, that's because I'm staring into the camera. Why? Because I realize the camera is the new eyes. If you're on the internet, you can't look at people in their eyes. You want to see what it looks like when I'm looking you in the eyes? Now I'm not looking at you in the eyes, am I? But I'm looking right at you. So I'm trying to build trust and rapport, and I'm not even looking at you. Folks, the camera is the new eyes on the internet. So my advice to you would be get a spot get the right equipment, get a camera, get a microphone, and get some lighting, and be prepared to kick ass on the internet. Because guess what, folks? You can make all the money in the world, never leave your house. Never leave your house. And again, I mean, if it's tough leaving your house with your kids, because I have 7 kids, trust me, I know it. Just remember, though, that don't limit yourself and don't say I can't. Okay. I can't leave my house. You can, you don't want to. That's okay not to want to. Hey, it's bullshit out there. Okay, good, dude. Like see what I mean by, like, when you say you can't, I just want to stop you because you can. Okay. Quit saying you can't. That's limiting. Number 1. Number 2, you can, you just choose not to. And that's okay. Doesn't matter if I think it's okay or not. You don't want to. Cool. That's good enough. You don't need to worry about what everybody else thinks of you. Okay. And don't say try, folks. Don't say try. I see my buddy. What are you doing? I'm trying to lose weight. Dude, you're either losing weight or you're not losing weight. You're not trying to do shit. Hey, I'm trying a new company. You don't try. You fucking do it or you don't do it. There's no try. I try. I'm trying this. I'm trying that. No. You don't try. You either do or you don't do. And when you make a decision to do, my recommendation would be fucking do it all the way. Quit half-assing shit. The reason you're half-assing shit is because you're afraid of failure. And this is the dumbest shit ever, because failure, folks, is part of the recipe that you're trying to accomplish. You're afraid of the very thing that is required to get what it is you're trying to get. Quit being afraid to fail. It's part of it, folks. Quit being afraid to trust people. Well, I don't want to get screwed. You're going to get screwed. Okay. You're going to lose. You're going to get burnt. Okay. So what? What's the problem? Move on. Next, learn from it. Boom, boom. You get tougher and tougher and better, smarter and smarter. And guess what? You're still going to get screwed. But at the end of the day, when you're afraid of failure, and that's part of the recipe, it prolongs things. It's like, I want to make a cake, but I don't like flour, eggs, and sugar. Well, I don't know what the hell you're going to do. It's part of making the cake, man. Failure's part of it. Don't look at risk as risk. Look at risk as opportunity. Okay. That's why a lot of people, they're afraid to take chances. And I always tell people, man, you either take a chance or work for someone who did. Okay. Pick. And but when I ain't taking a chance. What if I fail? Well, so what? You guys remember when we were kids? We didn't care. We'd walk around naked with our dongs swinging. We wouldn't give a rat's ass who was looking at our butt. We were kids. We didn't know any better. We didn't know we should have been ashamed. We weren't afraid to get up and keep walking and keep trying. And we were unaware of limitations back then. Okay. Then we got domesticated. We got taught to fly under the radar, keep our mouth shut, don't look like an idiot. You don't want to look like an idiot. Why don't you want to look like an idiot? Has anybody ever asked somebody that? Why not? Look at Jim Carrey, biggest idiot on planet Earth, making millions of dollars because he's such a good idiot. Okay. Ask yourself, you make the decision, you decide what it is you want, and then you freaking go after it and believe that you can get it. You might need a few skill sets. Okay. You might need to acquire a few of the right tools, but again, just a little bit of studying and you're there. But to answer your question, I would prepare so you're not on an iPhone and you're not looking unprofessional. In other words, like, I want to see that you're serious. Like, look at Rakan's area. He looks pretty serious, doesn't he? He looks like he's ready to go. He looks like he's done this. He's prepared. And by the way, I know that you're not doing it right now. You're just logging into a call. So I understand, but I would get the most awesome setup for internet operations, the best camera, the best equipment, soundproof the room, set the background up, get the lighting, make sure the lighting's correct, make sure your framing's correct, which, by the way, you shouldn't have a bunch of headspace. So like, if you like, this is about, this framing is about where you want to be. You don't want to have the camera below you. You want to have the camera looking right at you, just like you're trying to connect with people. And that's what I would do if I were you. And I'd stop limiting yourself, because you can leave the house.
Wow.
Good for you for quitting your job. That's freaking 9 times out of 10, dude. A lot of the multimillionaires I know, they start with, I quit my job And by the way, my story, I quit my job to go out and start a training company. I quit my job, folks. Rieger, I quit my job. Didn't want to do it anymore. I made the decision. I didn't have to ask anybody either. Do you think I should quit my job? Y'all think I should quit my job? I called my ex-wife. You think I should quit my job? Guess what she said? Fuck, you better not quit that damn job.
All right. We'll
Okay,
keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay. Okay, let's see. I see Daniel here. Daniel, my brother, go ahead.
What's up? Hey, Brad, I actually just heard about you about 2 weeks ago. I heard you on a podcast with Ed Milet, and I just grew to your shit, man. Followed you on Instagram and absolutely love it.
Thanks,
But
man.
my question is, let's say you already know where you're going. You have the vision, but you're trying to help other people see the vision. What's the best way of going about that?
In my opinion, show them the vision. Don't tell them the vision. You know, the easiest way for you to lead is by doing it.
Yes, sir.
You know, like, dude, I ain't got time to tell you I'm winning. I think you can see that I'm winning, right?
Sure.
You don't hear me telling you how I'm going to win. I just go win. Watch this. Okay. So lead by example, do it, be successful, set the fucking example and the pace. And guess what? That's why I say you got to swim towards me if you want me to help you. That's what you should do, dude. Quit worrying about convincing everybody. Start showing everybody. See the difference?
Yep.
Come out. Next.
Wow. That was good. That was good.
Nemo.
Nemo.
Let's do. Oh no, Galeb's next. Galeb, calm down, son. You're gonna get next. Nemo.
Let's do Nemo. Here we go.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How are you?
I wanted to ask you a question of how to overcome when you have a family part of the business, because I'm the first generation doing this, and it's kind of hard when you trying to tell your family members like you have other things going on in your life. Like it's not only for me, I wanted something that I can change for my family. And it's kind of like hard how to say no. I don't know.
Only because you don't believe what I just got done talking about for an hour and a half. Like Nemo, make a decision and own it. Like tell your family, you know, sit back and watch. You know, I don't need your permission. You know, you don't need someone's permission.
Okay.
And by the way, you know, depending on where in the country someone is, that might be different, you know? So again, don't get yourself stoned or anything, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, be mindful of where you are in the world. There's some place they'll chop your head off and be like, you know, don't listen to that Brad Lee fool. I'll chop your damn head off. But at the end of the day, in most cases, Nemo, you gotta value your opinion. See, right now, you're valuing your family's opinion. That's why you're questioning or not whether you should do what it sounds like you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And you're questioning what you want to do, not because you're not questioning if you want to do it. You're questioning if you should. And then if you ask yourself, well, why am I questioning if I should, if I want to? Well, because someone else thinks you shouldn't. Right?
How can I overcome that though?
You overcome it by making a decision that your decision is more important than other people's. If their little feelings are hurt, apologize, give them a hug. They'll get over it, especially when you succeed.
Okay.
Okay, guess what? Listen, everybody used to tell me back in the day that this is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I'm an idiot. Now, most of them are working for me. And they all believe it. And they all sit around and talk about, you know, he would tell us about 20 years ago that he was going to, and, you know, we didn't believe him. And, you know, now I'm like a legend. And it's almost like, come on, folks. I knew it from that day forward. I just didn't know it'd take that long. But guess what? I made the decision I'm going to do something and nobody could talk me out of it. And that's what you should do, Nemo. You listen, you own your decision because you should value your decision. Don't worry about what other people think. Worry about what you think. And then once you have that, once you know what you decided, what you want, well, then everybody else, their opinion doesn't get to trump yours. Okay. Apologize in advance that your opinion doesn't get to trump mine, which is why, like, if I get hate on the internet, you know, I laugh, I leave it up. People are like, why don't you delete that? Well, I don't give a rat's dick. They don't know who I am. First of all, they don't know me. Obviously, they're throwing out hate, which means that like they've got the issue, not me. But some people, they'll take down their post because someone hated on it. They'll worry about what everybody else thinks over what they think. And if you stand up and believe what you think and you go do what you want, I promise you one day, Nemo, you're not going to regret it. If you don't do that, you probably will. That's the scary part. You probably will regret not doing it. So don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank
look,
you so
you've got the value to you know, you're worth doing what you want. You're not stupid. You're not limited. Someone else doesn't get to decide for you. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hey, there's Galeb.
Okay, we'll take sorry.
Galeb Hawila.
There we go.
Hey man. Hey everyone. Rakan.
Where are you at right now?
Now in Abu Dhabi. I was on my way from Dubai to Abu Dhabi when I was listening to your lecture. Not lecture. I mean, man, the amount of bowls here is just unbelievable. I love the cockiness and the confidence. I just love it.
أنت تكلمي عربي؟
إيه بتحكي أنت عربي? Do you know what غالب means?
لا.
The dominant.
I gotta mute myself.
The dominant, bro.
What's your question?
Yeah. So there's something that's happening that's tearing me apart now. Though nothing can stop me, but this thing, I started with the plan of having a plan B as a side hustle in January this year after moving to a new country and having a golden residency visa. And my plan A in life is an artist, full-time artist. And you think you guys know what investment is in the future, but when it comes to art, we just do things and believe that we're gonna blow one day. And there's nothing solid about it. So I started this as a plan B with learning the investment and learning all about this community, which is amazing so far. The amount of information I'm learning is absolutely massive.
Hey,
but
you
now
got
I'm in
a
a
question?
place where bro. Now where I'm in a place where I'm doubting if I should continue with the plan B or go back to the plan A full potential. That's my question.
Your question is,
and thanks for your time.
Your question is, should you go back to plan A?
Or I continue with having a plan B?
Well, again, which path do you want? Are you plan A or plan B right now? Because folks, I don't know if you know this, but as soon as you start to do plan B, that is plan A.
I am creating NFTs.
I know, but there can only be one plan A, which means if this is my plan A and then this is my plan B and I start doing plan B, that's now my plan A and this is now my plan B.
Sir.
Now, if you're asking me, which one should you do? I don't know enough about the two plans to determine whether or not what I think, but dude, you need to figure that out by asking yourself, what do you want to do, dude? If you knew which one you should do, which one would it be? Quick.
I want to do money, bro.
Which one should you do? A or B? Quick. Which one?
Both. Both.
There's your fucking answer.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Now quit worrying
Fucking love
about
you.
Hey, but watch though. Quit worrying now what everybody else thinks and quit looking for someone else to validate if that's right.
Thanks, man.
Okay, it's
I
right.
appreciate that.
It's right. It's right because you decided it's right. And fuck anyone
I
who doesn't
appreciate
think
that.
so.
I fucking appreciate that. Love you, man. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, dude.
All right, I think. First of all, Bradley, you threw me off with the Arabic.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't see it coming.
Well, most people don't know, but Ana Marati Masri.
Wait, say that one more time.
Ana Marati Masri
Okay. So your wife is Egyptian.
was.
Well, oh, this is the one you're talking about. Good news. You
Yeah.
should have told me. I would have warned you already. No.
I always, well, again, I was warned the other way, and then it turned out this one was crazy. But, you know, Yom Asal, Yom Basal. You know that one? You ever heard of Yom Asal, Yom Basal? One day honey, one day onion. How do you say it?
Yom basal, yom asal.
Yeah, I always say Yom Basal, Yom Asal. They're like, what? And I'm like, Yom Basal, Yom Asal. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I say it. And they're like, oh, Yom Asal, Yom Basal. I'm like, that's what the fuck I said. Yom Asal, Yom Basal. One day honey, one day onion. I apologize, by the way, for the foul language for Dee Dee. She doesn't look happy with my language.
Doesn't matter.
But yes, Rakan, my ex-wife was from Egypt. And, you know, she taught me a little bit of Arabic. And what's funny, you guys want to hear a funny story? Her dad was like real freaking Arabic. And so like when I first started seeing her, he wasn't having it because he was like traditional. And so he came up and he asked me basically when I'm going to marry his daughter. Well, they had already started teaching me a little bit of Arabic. And believe it or not, what's the word for think? Fucker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he came up and he said, hey, when are you going to marry my daughter? And I said, well, let me fuck her first. Didn't go over too well. I said, let me fuck her. I need to fuck her. I can't answer that right now. And then I don't know if you guys have ever had this dish called olas. But then her brother came over one day and he's like, you going to come over to the house later and eat my mom's old ass? And I said, what? Like, what kind of weird family is this? You want me to come over and eat old ass? No, thank you. But it turned out to be an Arabic dish that was pretty good. Anyway, whose question was it?
I think we're done with the questions for today.
Dee Dee had a question. Let's answer Dee Dee's.
Where's Dee Dee? I can't see Dee Dee.
There,
There we go.
There we go. Go ahead, Dee Dee.
Hello, Dee Dee.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so this is my first week actually getting into all this stuff of network marketing and stuff. My question was, can you turn your bad habits, or not, I changed, wait, your bad habits, are they like capable of having an advantage in your life, or are they just like, you have to quit them?
Well, just because you're calling them a bad habit, then I would assume that no, they can't because they're bad. But it depends on the situation. There's always possibility. So it's a good question because, yeah, sometimes bad habits could save your life. I know a guy that got drunk, crashed his car, bad. And the only reason he survived is because he was drunk, flopping around like a fish, and it saved his life. So his bad habit saved his life. But should he have been drinking in the first place? No. Is getting drunk every day a good habit or a bad habit? So in that case, a bad habit was an advantage. But folks, stay away from the bad habits, break your bad habits, and form good habits. What habit are you talking about? You're all interested like you got a bad habit you don't want to give up.
Nah, I feel like people often tell me that I'm too straightforward, I'm mean, I'm rude.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a bad habit. So I feel like for me, this is actually, I will be.
That's not, hey. See, you're questioning the way you are because other people's opinion. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
I do that, but sometimes I feel like
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. Own who you are. Assuming you're a good person, you're doing it with ethics and all that. Like, I don't care if somebody thinks I'm too forward. Don't hang around. Don't listen. Close me out. Go away. See, here's the beautiful thing about it. If you own who you are, people that like it will come around and stick around, and people that don't like it will go away. Now ask yourself, use common sense. You want to be surrounded by people who like you or hate you?
they like me.
Right. So the ones that hate you will go away because they think you're too forward. And by the way, what they're really saying, what they're really saying is that they're not forward enough. And so they don't like the fact that you're ballsy enough to say what you feel. So because they're insecure and weak and they could never do that, they don't like it about you. So then they tell you that, so you become more like them. The question is if you think it's a bad habit to say what you feel, I would disagree. But then again, you get to decide whether it's good or bad. To me, I own what I say because I know that I have good intentions. In other words, I'm looking to help people. I don't care if someone thinks anything, says anything,
Mm-hmm.
So Dee, I don't think it's a bad habit.
Okay.
And by the way, if I were you, I wouldn't worry so much about what everybody else thinks. I'd start worrying more about what you think.
Well, I don't really care actually what they think. I never really did. I don't have any friends at all, like just one. And I feel like I always tell myself, keep them haters closer because they're the one that really stalk you, care about you, and really want to see you come down. Like these are the people that really are jealous of you. They see you progress and everything. So I feel like those are the people you gotta keep more eyes on.
Hey, but guys, with all that being said, just keep in mind, if everywhere you go, there's a problem, you're the problem. So again, if you're like, listen, nobody likes me ever because I'm too much of a forward person. Again, generally, I'd say don't worry about what other people think because I'm assuming you're a good-hearted individual, just being yourself and owning who you are, and you shouldn't worry about what other people think. But in some cases, if you are the problem, and you know this by everywhere you go, there's a problem. Well, if everywhere you go, there's a problem, you are the problem. So you should change that. But Dee, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like you got somebody drinking haterade in your neighborhood.
Yeah, I got a lot of them.
Yeah. They don't like to see you winning.
No, definitely.
All right. One more, Rakan, and then I'm gone.
You know what? I want to ask a question.
Okay, then two more.
Okay, sure. We have this massive event in Vegas in about a month. You've been to the studio, the War Studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we have an event. I booked it off with Eric, and we're doing it April 8 and 9. What's the best way to it's just a team event. We're not invited people outside, right? So it's just my organization, a couple of leaders in our company. What do you think is the best way to promote it?
Well, the best way would be social media.
Yeah.
Too simple?
No, we're already doing that. But my point is, like, there's some people on the call that, let's say, they don't have their tickets yet. What would you tell them?
Well, I would tell them to get your tickets.
I think it's perfectly simple.
Yeah, I mean, again, at the end of the day, if there's people on this call and you haven't convinced yourself to learn more, do more, get more, be more, well, then you didn't hear a word I said. Okay, you need new information, even if you don't agree with it. Look, he might put on an event and it sucks. Guess what? Check it out. See if it sucks. Okay, what's the worst thing that can happen? You freaking waste a couple of minutes. You're not wasting it if you're getting new information. And by the way, it's all relevant because I can guarantee you guys, if you're in an MLM, the people, like, in other words, they're only doing it to make you better and more successful, because the more successful you are, the more successful they are. The only way they can make more and be more is if you make more and be more. Bringing me on this call normally would cost him 50 G's, but Jesse Lee asked me to do it as a favor. So I said, fine. Now, 50 G's would have been worth it. Why? Because, dude, if you guys, if 10 of you out of the hundreds that were on here start winning, trust me, the ripple effect is ridiculous. So that event is going to contain somebody's information. If I were you, I would invest a little bit of time and a little bit of money to do so, and not worry about, oh, they're just trying to sell me a ticket. Okay, well, dude, you hold on to your money then, dipshit. That's really what they're doing. They're trying to sell you a ticket. They don't really care what happens to you. They're not going to bring any good information. They just want you to get them a ticket. Okay, that's called cynicism. That's called limited belief. Folks, if you feel like you need more information, get your damn ticket. All right.
One last one.
Yeah, let's do Emily Trodson.
Emily, I don't.
I'll show you. Bam. Oh, no.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I see.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm tuning in from Sweden. Hi, Brad. First of all, I've not laughed so hard on a training call or Zoom for ever. So thank you so much for your wisdom. Honestly, it's been very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie as well. I did not know who you were before we promoted this call, but I followed you on everywhere. My first question is, what is the biggest business advice that you would give someone who's young and planning to go create something crazy big? What's the biggest mistake maybe you made that you would want to tell us not to make?
Well, again, I said it a little bit when I was talking. The more hands you shake, the more money you make, period. Guys, if you're not personally introducing yourself to somebody new every single day intentionally, you're making the biggest mistake you can make. Have you ever heard money doesn't grow on trees? Do they say that in Sweden?
Yeah, everywhere.
Okay, money doesn't grow on trees, but they don't tell you where it does grow, do they? You want me to tell you where it grows? It grows in other people's pockets. So if you want some of that money, all you have to do is know more people. If the whole world knew who you were, Emily, you'd be so wealthy you couldn't even imagine, even if 90% of them didn't like you. Okay, so when it comes to a business, it doesn't matter what kind of business you're doing. The key and the secret is to make sure that you know as many people as humanly possible and that they know you. So you want to build yourself a brand on social media. You don't want to try and think up content. You want to be the content. That's a whole nother thing that I can talk about, but we're out of time. But if I were you, the one thing that I would focus on is the more hands you shake, the more money you make. Go out and meet new people every day, all day, and be crazy about it. And if you're a little bit worried and nervous to introduce yourself, that's because, again, you don't value yourself enough. So just take a little detour, go do those sacred 6, and then 30, 45, 60 days later, you'll fall right into it. But more hands you shake, more money you make. That's the number one piece of advice I would give.
Okay, just one last question. It wouldn't be right if I didn't ask this, because this is an investment platform. We're all about financial literacy. What's your take on crypto? Just out of curiosity.
Well, it's not going anywhere, number one. But I'm not the right one to ask because I'm not, deeply into it. Here's what I do know. I'm hearing a feedback. Rakan, is there someone unmuted?
I think it's Emily's. I just muted her. It's okay.
Okay. Here's what I know about. Well, I won't say crypto. I'll say Bitcoin because to me, everybody I like Bitcoin for one reason. Every altcoin that I've heard of that is going to be the newest and biggest and best thing ever, they want my Bitcoin for it. So I'm thinking, why does everybody want my Bitcoin? They all want my Bitcoin. How do I get some of that? Give me your Bitcoin. Well, why the fuck you want my Bitcoin if your shit's so valuable? Why wouldn't you just keep your shit? So I just keep my Bitcoin because of that. Why? Because everybody wants my damn Bitcoin for all their coins. But I do know that those coins have made a lot of people a lot of money. And if you know which ones to trade, just don't fall in love with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can make a lot of money trading these altcoins. But at the end of the day, when I talk about crypto, I'm just talking about Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is here to stay. And I think the reason why it's here to stay is because you get Bitcoin as a reward from creating a block in the blockchain. And that's the true magnificent thing, the blockchain. So if you believe in the blockchain, then you have to believe in crypto, because it ain't going anywhere. The blockchain isn't going anywhere, folks. The blockchain is basically an unfuckable ledger. It's a record that cannot be changed without the right keys. It's like, imagine 1 million keys on 1 million computers. Nobody knows where they are. That's the blockchain. So when you put the deed to your house on the blockchain, that now can be traced forever. NFTs, that's just an entry in the blockchain. That's just a traceable record. You know, these monkey pictures, they're not going to keep being valuable. These monkey pictures, what's going to be valuable is a monkey picture that allows you into the exclusive parties and gets you, access to Disneyland special rooms and the utility of an NFT. The old picture thing where it's just a digital picture, that's not going to keep being valuable. I think that's what kicked it off. Some people got a little bit crazy because they had a bunch of money from crypto, by the way. Too much money, crypto billionaires running around. I knew a guy that bought fucking Bitcoin, I swear to you, when it was 50 cents. He bought $1,000 worth at 50 cents, and he's richer than shit right now. I was asked at $50. I'm like, dude, I don't get it. It's $600. Somebody wanted to trade me Bitcoin, and they're like, will you take Bitcoin? And I'm like, shit, dude, I'll take goats if I know where to sell them. So, give me the Bitcoin. So they gave me $85,000 worth of Bitcoin, but it was $600 a coin. And so I took it and I put it away like I forgot about it, didn't even look at it. Then it was like going up. And then I was like, holy shit, dude, this stuff's real. And then it started coming down. And I sold it all, not all of it. I think I got 8 Bitcoin left, but I sold it all thinking it was going to be, crashing down. And I sold it from 16 grand down to like 9 grand. And then it went, I think back down to around 3 or 4 grand.
Yeah.
And now look at it. Where is it now, right now?
40, 39, 40, something like that.
Yeah. So dude, I think there's a lot of opportunity. I think you need to know what you're doing. I think there's people with algorithms. I think there's programs out there that really, there's a lot of people making a lot of money. That's what I think. And I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it gives the everyday average person a chance. You know what I mean? Like Shiba Inu. Imagine if you'd have bought $1,000 worth of Shiba Inu. Anyway, hey, it's like a lottery ticket, man. You can't win if you don't play.
Don't win if you can't play. All right.
All right.
Yeah,
folks. Hey, did I say 2 more or 1 more?
I think your time is valuable to me because I know this is not the last time you will be on our calls.
All right.
Can we just break the chat, please, for Mr. Bradley and all the things? Number 1, the book, The Hard Way. Number 2, his YouTube. Number 3, his Instagram. And I would like you guys to spam him in his DMs and just show some gratitude and messages of what you learned best. I'm sorry, Brad. What you learned.
Don't do it. Don't DM me. Don't DM me because I'm obsessed with DMs and I gotta freaking answer them all and like them all and shit. You're gonna keep me up till middle of the night with all those. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just go like this and we're good.
With that being said, we have some announcements, but we will drop them in GC Nation. So make sure your eyes on GC Nations. All the links that we dropped, either the book. Or all the his YouTube or Instagram will be on GC Nation. So stay tuned for that. Again, Bradley, thank you so much, man.
My pleasure.
And I know we're gonna have a meetup soon. That's for sure.
Peace, you guys. Be good, man. Talk soon.